Hi, I'm Greg Welsh, one of the organisers and founders and major shareholders of Ballito Rage Festival and Plett Rage Festival, and I'm extremely proud of the last 20 years and all of the joy and happiness that we have brought to the matrics of South Africa and university students of South Africa. As an organisation, we're also responsible for some incredible events across the country. We've done enormous corporate events. We've brought Armin van Buuren to South Africa. We've brought Dimitri Vegas, like Mike Nerva, and many international artists to South Africa. And we've had a career giving people joy and happiness. The events of this last week have really upset me. They've saddened me. They've brought deep despair and destruction to our organizations and our teams after 2 years of impossible. And I feel that with all the hype that there has been around Ballito Rage and Plett Rage in the build-up to, and now in the cancellation of, there's an opportunity to say something and to use that hype to spread a message and to start speaking up as an industry, because what's going on cannot continue. It's nonsense. Some information for you. In the build-up to Rage, we presented to the National Department of Health, the Provincial Departments of Health, IMT, CDC, NICD, and even the World Health Organization. Every time we presented, we got referred a level higher. At the end, with their support, after 4 months of multiple presentations, not just to health, but also to provincial government and all role players and stakeholders in the respective provinces of KZN and the Western Cape. And thank you to all the people who backed us and supported us. We made the following protocols. You had to be vaccinated to attend. You had to bring a negative test on arrival, which means you had to have it done before you came. This was to stop people ideally coming into these towns with COVID-19. On site, we built significant medical facilities where we ran rapid antigen testing for all staff and all guests on the first day. It was meant to be the first day, and the fourth day, we decided with the onset of the Omicron variant to invest more funds and to make it every day in the best interests of our customers, ourselves, and public health. We then obviously had all of the other COVID-19 protocols in place, that daily screening and so on that society uses. But quite frankly, I think the main thing around vaccination and testing were our big tools and our defense lines to ensure that we could run COVID-19 free events and that we could be the best public service to the towns in which we operate. We have to remember that matrics are not going to not party because no one provides them a party. They have had 12 years at school, they've had all of their freedoms curbed, and this was their opportunity to come. And although we only announced a festival finally when we believed it was safe to do so in September of this year, accommodation was booked in January and February. The media pressure that mounted on us, it was something extraordinary to listen to media lie and spread panic and spread hysteria and call on politicians for us to cancel and call on parents for us to cancel and just continue to say things that weren't true. And what it's made me realize is that we are in the lowest time of media's commitment to its purpose. Media is there to inform you of the truth, but it's not what we're doing. What you're doing, media, is you're informing people of that which gets them to click, share, like, and comment. Because the more they click, share, like, and comment, the more your impressions go up. And the more your impressions go up, the more you charge for your adverts. So no longer is the core purpose of media to tell you and me the truth. The core purpose of media is to spread hysteria. And I'd love to see the data of media houses, especially the ones that attacked us, and see what kind of increase in impressions they've had and advertising quotations to clients over the last 2 years with the outrage and outbreak and hysteria that has been COVID-19. As an industry, we need to stand up against media. We need to call media out on their game because they keep trying to use us as a tool to tell their story, their version of the story, and not tell our version of the story. Our version of the story goes as follows. Before Ballito Rage, which is the one that we actually had the data on, because Plett Rage we were forced to cancel with mounting pressure before we had data. Ballito Rage, everyone got a test at home before they came. 19 people out of 1,400 said to us, I've tested positive for COVID-19, I won't be joining you. 2 more said, I've had contact with somebody, I won't be joining you. We refunded them. On the 29th of November, we tested 122 staff, all tested negative. On the 30th of November, which was our opening day, we tested the remaining 63 staff who were working that day. 4 tested positive. And we tested the first 777 of our customers who joined us, and 32 tested positive. Now, that's under 4% positivity. On the same day in South Africa, the positivity rate was 16.5% of all tests, and 1 day later, over 20% of all tests were positive. You can't tell me that Ballito Rage and Plett Rage didn't work. They were a service to public health, and in cancelling them, we were complicit in making the situation worse, but had no choice. Because the media put so much pressure on us and so much pressure on high-ranking politicians that even they were left in a position to say, we know we've approved this, we know we support you, we know it's better for you to stay open because you'll test everyone every day. But we're also asking you to cancel, knowing that these people will stay in our town and party on. They won't get tested any further, we won't know. But better that than a public media outcry spectacle where we, as the event organizers, get blamed for the spread of COVID-19, when in fact it has nothing to do with us, let's be honest. Those people that tested positive before they came to Ballito Rage did obviously not get COVID-19 at Ballito Rage. But one large, reputable media TV station went out and said, 32 test positive at Rage, Rage shut down. Nonsense! We gave that same media platform the facts. We said, here are the facts. 32 tested positive outside the event, before they came to the event. Yet they continue to spin the hysteria because hysteria works for media. And we need to change it. We need to stop accepting it. We need to speak up. To our Rage customers, I am so sorry. I'm sorry to you. I'm sorry to us. I'm sorry to our suppliers, to over 1,000 people who lost work this week. I'm sorry to the hotels who had cancellations. I'm sorry for my industry. That we, the regulated, we who have to apply for permission every time we open our doors, are the ones to be shut down first, not the unregulated. People, we need to change the narrative, and I'm going to keep speaking until I'm blue in the face. I'm not an Instagram influencer, it's not me, but I'm going to speak now until we change the narrative. Media, you need to stop blaming. Stop blaming organizations for COVID-19. It's not their fault. You and me, if we get COVID-19, we need to stop saying, oh, I wonder where I got it from. I wonder who gave it to me. No one gave it to you. Don't willingly go out and give somebody COVID-19. We need to be kind to each other. Media needs to be transparent again. We need to start telling the truth and saying events are safe. They're no less safe than anything else we do. If one COVID-19 positive person goes to a family lunch of 12, what's the difference between that and one COVID-19 positive person going with 12 friends to an event? They're just going to stay with those friends and party with them anyway. What's the difference? We all take our masks off wherever we go. Yeah, we put them on to ride the bus, to go in the plane. I flew back from Ballito, sadly, to PE 2 days ago. My mask on, and then halfway through the flight, we all took our masks off and enjoyed a nice cold drink and something to eat. There were 120 people on board. A tiny little tube. But I want the airlines to fly. I want it all to stay open. I'm not shaming anybody. I'm happy. Open the events industry. We are the best. We are an organized events industry. We do organized events. Allow us to do what we're good at and stop blaming us for nonsense. Anyway, I wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I'm just hoping and praying that change comes soon.